fantastic package awaits you.
Good morning to everyone and welcome to the Wellness Hour, your trusted source for health and wellness information. And of course, the Wellness Hour is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs in collaboration with Hot 7 TV. The Wellness Hour is also sponsored by the Caribbean Development Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank. And as always, we have a packed show for you today. Our special guest will be Ms. Fadia Campbell. She is a nutritionist, and today's episode will focus on nutrition and diabetes. So a very informative program. Of course, if you're just joining us, thank you so much. This is the Wellness Hour on Hot 7 TV, and we're going to go into a look back at some programs and initiatives spearheaded by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. And so healthcare professionals across St. Lucia participated in a 4-day specialized training workshop, which was focused on enhancing the management and treatment of diabetes in primary care. And as we know, November is designated as Diabetes Awareness Month, and November 14th was World Diabetes Day. And so, of course, throughout the month of November, you would have seen a lot of programs and initiatives spearheaded by the Ministry of Health and its partners geared towards creating awareness for diabetes. So the initiative brought together medical practitioners who are directly involved in diabetes management, along with community nurses, home help aides, and caregivers for hands-on training in the application of the CAFA guidelines for the management of diabetes in primary care in the Caribbean, as well as the Diabetes Nutritional Management Toolkit. So a very informative and comprehensive workshop. So we're going to take a look back at that news report featuring the CAFA diabetes training. Healthcare professionals across St. Lucia are participating in a 4-day specialized training workshop focused on enhancing the management and treatment of diabetes in primary care. The initiative brings together medical practitioners directly involved in diabetes management, including primary care physicians, nurse practitioners, nutritionists, dietitians, pharmacists, community nurses, and home health aides for hands-on training in the application of the CAFA guidelines for the management of diabetes in primary care in the Caribbean and the Diabetes Nutritional Management Toolkit. This workshop is part of a regional effort led by the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CAFA, in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, under the subsidiary agreement titled Strengthening Public Health Capacities in the Caribbean Subregion. Through this partnership, CAFA is providing country-specific guidance and capacity-building support to its member states to promote standardized, evidence-based diabetes care. In his remarks, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Ernest Nobal, emphasized that the CAFA Training of Trainers workshop in diabetes management is timely and aligns perfectly with Diabetes Awareness Month.
This training aligns well with this year's theme, Diabetes and Wellness, and places focus on the team approach in ensuring that all persons living with diabetes have access to holistic care, which is provided by adequately trained caregivers and health practitioners. This approach to capacity building, which includes a multidisciplinary team across sectors, is indeed commendable and goes a long way in strengthening and standardizing the care that persons living with diabetes will inevitably lead to better health outcomes, a goal that we all work towards.
Dr. Heather Armstrong, head of the Chronic Disease and Injury Department at CAFA, explained that the workshop aims to ensure that healthcare providers are well trained in the use of CAFA guidelines and protocols and will be empowered to help clients improve their health outcomes.
The idea is that we want to have healthcare providers who are well trained, but also have the ability to help to empower their clients so that you have productive interactions that occur on a daily basis as we meet with our clients, because we want to have a patient-centered approach where we look at the context of the client. We're not just giving recommendations on how to manage the diabetes or high blood pressure, but rather how does this person improve their outcomes based on their situation, utilizing the protocols from the guidelines.
Family nurse practitioner Alexandra Gemot, a participant in the workshop, noted that the training was a valuable refresher that reinforced best practices and better equipped health professionals and caregivers to deliver more effective diabetes care.
I'm happy to see that we have persons from SSDF who deal with the elderly and that they could be here, because sometimes, there's a lot of persons who are at home with diabetes, they don't have anybody caring for them, but the fact that they're here to get that training and that information, they'll be able to care for our elderly persons better. We wouldn't see, there might be a little decrease in hospitalization rates, comorbidities and so forth. So I like it, but for me, it's a refresher. And some of the figures or some of the ranges, that I maybe take for granted, because maybe where I'm at, most of our clients are controlled.
This training will cover 5 modules with the aim of strengthening and standardizing the management of diabetes in primary healthcare settings in St. Lucia. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, I am Onika Mako. All right, great. And continuing some more projects and initiatives spearheaded by the Ministry of Health, stakeholders from various sectors such as national security, public health, secondary health facilities, and government ministries met recently in a seminar to discuss the early warning system for drugs in St. Lucia. Now, this very important seminar is expected to build the capacity of stakeholders to successfully implement the early warning system for drugs, and also to be better able to detect and respond to new and emerging drug threats and new and emerging psychoactive substances. So we're going to take a look back at this stakeholder seminar on early warning system for drugs.
Efforts to strengthen St. Lucia's capacity to detect and respond to new and emerging drug trends is advancing following the recent stakeholder seminar on the early warning system on drugs convened by the Substance Abuse Advisory Council Secretariat, SACS, within the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. The seminar brought together public health practitioners, representatives of secondary healthcare facilities, representatives from national security agencies, and representatives from government ministries. This seminar provided a platform for stakeholders to engage in dialogue, share experiences, and build capacity for the successful implementation of the early warning system in country. The early warning system was launched in October 2024 and serves as a surveillance system which will facilitate interagency communication and decision-making as it pertains to responding to the threats of new and emerging drugs. Coordinator of the Substance Abuse Advisory Council Secretariat, Natasha Lloyd Felix, underscored the importance of the early warning system as it will assist in ensuring a proactive response to the potential threats of new psychoactive substances, NPS. New psychoactive substances are drugs that copy the effects of illegal substances like cannabis and cocaine.
By bringing the various agencies together, it would allow us to have a more agile response. The tendency has been for us to be more responsive to situations, but through an early warning system, which is multi-agency, multidisciplinary, we would be able to be more proactive and allow for our efforts to be more integrated. So the benefit of having this in place is that you would find our agencies are able to come together in a more synchronized manner, and we would be able to intervene, we would be able to communicate to the public in a more timely manner, and we would have a more proactive response to potential threats that would be posed to our public, our various populations who are at potential risk of using particular substances, particularly new and emerging psychoactive substances.
Inspector of the Customs and Excise Department, who is also a member of the Early Warning System Committee, Darren Solomon, called for stakeholders to fully support and appreciate this initiative, which will help St. Lucia to fight against the threats of new psychoactive substances, NPS.
This threat is real and it's already knocking on our doorsteps. These substances continue to evolve faster than our traditional control systems, posing serious risks to health, safety, and security. Our response, therefore, must be just as dynamic, built on coordination, information sharing, and early action.
Stakeholders also got the opportunity to hear the experiences of another Caribbean country, that is Barbados, using the early warning system EWS to effectively respond to evolving drug threats. Deputy Manager of the National Council on Substance Abuse and EWS Coordinator in Barbados, Troy Wickham, presented at the seminar and highlighted the importance of the early warning system for public health and safety.
It's important for persons to take in as much information as possible, share this information with their colleagues when they go back to their respective departments and formations. Also, that we can collaborate as a region, as a hemisphere, especially Caribbean region. We are so close to each other geographically, and I can say what's impacting Barbados may be impacting St. Lucia, and it's important for us to collaborate, and trust each other. We know that, especially with law enforcement, as treatment facilities, substance abuse, as drugs especially, are a bit taboo and people don't like to share information. But mechanisms such as the early warning system have been designed for persons to collaborate and to trust each other and share information so that it will impact the entire society in combating these substances.
The stakeholder seminar on early warning system for drugs received technical support and funding from the Organization of American States through the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission, OAS-CICAD, and the Government of Italy. The Substance Abuse Advisory Council Secretariat, through its Early Warning System Committee, is committed to ensuring continued collaboration among stakeholders and to utilize the various strategies or protocols for control of new and emerging psychoactive substances. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, I am Fennel Neptune.
All right, so again, that was a very important stakeholder seminar on the early warning system for drugs in St. Lucia. And with that, we're going to take a really quick break. Of course, when we come back, we're getting ready to meet our special guest. She's a nutritionist, Fadia Campbell, and we're discussing diabetes and nutrition and diabetes, giving you all of the important information that you need. Remember, November is designated as Diabetes Awareness Month. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now you can have your deaf announcements and telebatteries heard on Sundays, right after the church service with Father Albert from the Babonneau Good Shepherd Catholic Church. That's right. On Sundays, have your deaf announcements and telebatteries heard right here on Hot and Kiss FM simultaneously. Call 452-6040 from Monday to Friday. Call and make arrangements for your deaf announcements and telebatteries to be heard at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. Monday to Saturday, and on Sunday right after the church service with Father Albert from the Babonneau Good Shepherd Catholic Church.
We are working parents,
and we breastfed both babies exclusively.
Moi fais 6 chiches, moi ba yo tout tete ki yo tout ni bon sevel.
Mother's breast milk is naturally the best milk for baby. Love yourself and love your baby.
We were breastfed and we are healthy.
Breastfeeding saves me money and it's free.
Every moment I breastfeed strengthens the bond between me and my baby.
I breastfed twin boys and lost all my baby fats.
We were breastfed!
And we have breast milk power.
I am Pastor Alvin and I support breastfeeding.
For more information, call the Nutrition Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5359.
Have you ever thought about the gift of life? Many don't until it's urgently needed. Here in St. Lucia, we often hear the call. Now it's time to heed the call. Newborns, sickle cell patients, renal patients, cancer fighters, accident and trauma victims, they all need your help. Your unit of blood can save up to 3 lives, 3 families, 3 futures forever transformed. It takes less than an hour to become a hero. Visit any of our blood donation centers Monday to Friday. OKEU from 8:15 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Call us at 458-6748. St. Jude Hospital from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Telephone 459-6700.
Every bed in our hospitals tells a story of someone's mother, someone's brother, someone's friend. And when that story of care is complete, it's time for the next chapter, home. But too often, discharged patients are left waiting hours, days, weeks, sometimes months, not because they want to stay, but because no one comes. We understand life gets busy. Every extra day they wait means another patient, perhaps in pain, perhaps in crisis, can't get the bed they desperately need. So when the call comes that your loved one is ready, please be ready too. Pick them up, bring them back to the comfort of family where healing truly continues. Because caring doesn't end at discharge, it continues with you. A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs.
Yes, that was the Lucia Top 5 for Carnival 2025. Yes, welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Check Up.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but health keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Brothers, do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit? Let us be wise stewards of our lives. Prostate test saves lives. Let us not wait until it is too late.
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I faced colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
And welcome back to the Wellness Hour. Thank you so much for staying here with us. And as we get ready for our special guest, I'd like to just give her a warm welcome and thank her as we're speaking with our nutritionist, Fadia Campbell. And of course, we are discussing nutrition and diabetes. So welcome to you, Ms. Campbell. It is a pleasure to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you very much, Onika.
Great.
And again, my name is Fadia Campbell. I work as at the Ministry of Health as a nutritionist in the Southern region, which is Region 5.
Great. And Ms. Campbell, just tell us a little bit about, your roles and responsibilities as a nutritionist. I know sometimes you have to carry many hats and the work can be very detailed as well.
Yes. So basically, my role is to empower individuals to make informed, scientific-based healthy choices.
Okay.
Yes. Healthy nutrition choices. My role also is to go into the schools to provide nutrition education to the students, to the teachers, the educators.
Right.
Also, I go into the communities to empower individuals just to adopt healthy lifestyle practices.
Very important. Yes. So you really do have your work cut out for
yes,
you. But can I imagine?
Definitely.
I can imagine can be also very rewarding as well. Just knowing that you're educating people and giving them that important information again to just make the right choices when it comes to nutrition and diet and what they eat. So of course, November is Diabetes Awareness Month. From last Thursday, we would have had World Diabetes Day, and there are so many activities. You have screenings, you have health fairs. I know the teams have been doing a lot of groundwork. But when you think of the nutrition aspect of it, Ms. Campbell, why is it such an important aspect of diabetes management, the nutrition?
Yes. So nutrition plays a very pivotal role in the management of diabetes because it directly influences blood sugar levels, body weight, blood pressure, cholesterol, and the risk of complications. And there are some key components that why what you eat really matters. In that, for example, you have blood glucose control, so that is very, very important. And carbohydrate is a nutrient that directly impacts one's blood glucose level, so that is very important. So being able to know the amount of carbohydrate to eat, the quality of the carbohydrate is also important, will definitely impact one's blood sugar level. Additionally, balancing micronutrients, so it's not just the carbohydrates, also you have protein, and of course healthy fats must be part of that diet or meal plan as well. Additionally, persons with diabetes may tend to be overweight or obese, and of course overweight and obesity can impact diabetes as well. Additionally, diet also has to do with reducing cardiovascular risk, so it depends on what it is that you choose to eat. So basically nutrition is the cornerstone for diabetes management.
Definitely, it's right there. And when you think of diabetes management, it again goes hand in hand with the nutrition.
Yes.
So Ms. Campbell, if I say universal diabetes diet, is that such a thing? Is there a universal diet plan, or is it really more personalized based again on the individual and their type of diabetes, other risk factors, as you mentioned, somebody maybe being obese and overweight?
Definitely, there isn't a one-size-fits-all diabetes diet, because there is no single diet that will fit or work for everyone with diabetes, and because you have to look at the person's medication. What medication are you taking? So that diet that individual is having has to match the medication. So for example, if somebody is taking insulin, that diet has to be modified to meet that person's medication needs as well. Yes. So in instances, like I said, where an individual may be taking insulin, they may have to include a snack in between their main meals in order to keep their blood sugar steady.
What about lifestyle, Ms. Campbell? Maybe somebody who is trying to do a little bit more exercising, and these are certain things that, or even you have somebody who is not, they're always on the go, but with diabetes, they're always on the go, they're always working. Are these some of the things that would really have a factor in what they eat, how they eat?
Oh yes, most definitely. So if exercise and regular exercise and physical activity is part of this individual's lifestyle, definitely the diet would impact, would be important. So somebody exercising and having their exercise plan together,
Right.
you need to ensure that even when you exercise, what is your blood glucose level even before you do that. So exercise also can help to reduce glucose levels.
Wow.
So diet would be important. So in an instance like this, this individual would need to check their blood sugar level before and even after. And if it is that the blood sugar level is low, then depending on the time of the day, that person can have either the main meal or can have a snack.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes,
I'm happy you mentioned that, because when you again, that would also go in with some of the things you'd consider if you're customizing a meal plan for somebody with diabetes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So let's say that individual for breakfast, they can include whole grains into their diet compared to the refined carbohydrates.
Right.
And with the whole grains like oatmeal or whole grain crackers, etc., these foods tend to be slower as it relates to absorption.
Okay.
So it does not spike the individual's blood sugar compared to, let's say, the white bread and the white flour that would spike the blood sugar directly.
And
so
it happens. It would happen a lot quicker.
Yes, it would happen a lot quicker. And even going back to the meals, so that person would have had to have breakfast, maybe a mid-morning snack, their lunch, maybe a mid-afternoon snack, and of course their dinner. Yes.
Okay. And if you think of, okay, here in St. Lucia, Miss Campbell, you know, our cultural food is so rich and diverse. You know, how can, you know, somebody with diabetes still be able to eat, you know, these things, but in a more healthier way, in a way that is sustainable for them having diabetes? Or do they, you know, have to really indulge but enjoy these foods? I know moderation is always key as well.
Yes, so you're talking about treats. Okay, so as it relates to treats, yes, an individual with diabetes can still enjoy some healthy treats.
Right.
However, it has to be part of their total caloric intake. And even with the treats, they can be fruit-based treats, nut-based treats, maybe some low-fat or plain yogurt treats.
Right.
So, and also, like you alluded to a while ago, the amount that they eat, everything basically in moderation. But that doesn't mean an individual can't have, let's say, maybe a scoop of ice cream, or maybe half a cup of yogurt or plain yogurt, and probably add some fruits.
Right.
A small serving of fruit to that. Or look, now we have Christmas is coming very soon, and our famous black cake. So
love me some good black cake.
Yes, and